Hello everyone, my name is Sounds, and today I want to show you guys how to make a simple filter sweep inside of Heap. So here's a demo. Yeah, so it's mainly good for like risers and songs, or you could use it for other things as well. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come over here to macro 1 and rename it sweep. Then I'm going to add a new group inside of the Heap and call this filter stuff. And then you can just pretty much already guess what I'm going to add in here. Just some filters. So I'm actually going to add 3 of them. I'm going to turn these off. And then I'm going to make this a high pass filter. Then I'm going to turn this down. Then I'm going to come over here to the sweep macro knob and modulate the cutoff. I'm going to right click and hit 87. Alright, so it should sound like this. Perfect. I'm going to lower this down first. Alrighty, nice. And then for the Q, we're going to leave that alone, but we're also going to modulate it. So I'm going to come over here to the sweep macro knob and right click the Q and hit 35. And now it should be doing this. And that's pretty much already the main sound there. It's just filters and processing. But I want to add a little bit more, so I'm going to come over here to the second filter and turn it on. And I'm going to make this filter a notch. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the Q a bit. That's perfect. And then for the cutoff, I'm going to turn that all the way up. I'm going to modulate the cutoff, right click, and hit negative 100. So now it'll sound like this. It's got this little phaser effect. Alright, so now we're going to come to the third filter. And I am also going to make this a notch filter. Turn up the Q a bit. And instead of turning it all the way up, I'm going to turn it all the way down. Then I'm going to modulate it. Right click and hit 100. And so now it'll be doing this kind of sweep. Alright, and that's the first group for the Heap preset. And so the next step in this preset, I'm going to go ahead and add another group, and I'm going to call this optional delay. Then I'm going to enter another Heap inside of this lane, and I'm going to come in here and add another new group and call it delay plus filter. And then of course we're going to go ahead and add a dual delay. I'm going to turn the mix all the way up, and then I'm going to add a filter. I'm going to come over here to the time and set it to synchronize, leave it at 3/16. Right click the delay here and hit 1.72. And then everything else, all the settings in here, we're just going to leave alone. And then for the filter, I actually added 2 of these, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. And it's just going to be a low pass and a high pass. Actually, there's not really a reason why I do this. You don't have to add these filters, but I kind of like the way it sounds when there's like no bass frequencies coming in or anything like that. And so it'll look something like this. And that's pretty much it for this group inside of this Heap. And we didn't do any modulation in there because the only thing we're going to be modulating for the optional delay is the mix. Alrighty, then I'm going to come over here to macro 2 and call this optional delay. And then I'm just going to modulate the mix of our Heap and hit 50. And that is it for the optional delay group. And then the last thing that we're going to add to this Heap preset is the mix-in compression. So I'm going to add a new group and call this mix-in compression. And so inside of this group, I'm going to add another Heap. Then I'm going to come in here and add a compressor. And the only thing that I did in here was mess with the threshold and the ratio. So for the threshold, I'm going to right click and hit negative 20. And then for the ratio, it's already set to 2, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And pretty much what I wanted to do with this group was just compress the sound as the sweep effect is happening, so that way it's not too resonant or it's not making the sounds like too loud. I wanted to compress the rest of the sound to bring it closer together in volume. Alright, so now that we got that set up, I'm going to go ahead and turn down the mix all the way. Then I'm going to come to the sweep macro knob and modulate the mix all the way up. And that's pretty much it for the mix-in compression group. And so it sounds like this. Perfect. Alright, and that is pretty much our Heap preset. I'm going to go ahead and leave this available to download for free. It's going to be on my website, so if you want to go ahead and grab that, you can. But yeah, that's pretty much how you make a sweep inside of Snap Heap. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.